I've made the tough decision. I've let that guy go. The guy we had as a hacker and hacktivist, he was called. I forgot his name. He demanded a 5 times raise, so his monthly salary is going to be 1.5 million. Nah, mate, I don't roll like that. It's a ridiculous amount of money. I've just decided to let him go. He can walk. And what I also did off camera was I had a look at the applications. So basically off camera, I hired each of these and found out if they were any good at anything in here. They're not. They're all pretty rubbish, to be honest, except for the assassin. He's got quite a good perk here, which I really like. It doesn't actually benefit us straight away, but what it does is it stops like your party coming to you with stupid little requests. I think I want that. So why don't we hire him, Jacobo, 250 grand a month, and he's going to cost us $1 million. Fair enough. I think this is going to benefit us in the long term. So I'm hiring him. I'm not hiring these. I don't need another lawyer, and I don't need another media influencer. I've got that Sophie girl, haven't I? Yeah, Sophie's good. So one thing I'm really annoyed at myself for doing is last episode when we went into the new month, I forgot to send this guy on a getaway to get his stress down, which is fucking bullshit. But it's a mistake I've made, and I sense I'm going to pay for it. But as long as we don't have to use him this episode, that'll be fine. We'll see. Okay, so let's appoint this guy. So I'll show you why I like this guy. Huh? Did I not do it? Oh, there he is. He was hiding. Right, so what I want to do is watch. If I put this guy here, subordinates are less likely to approach you with dumb requests. Mate, I need that. Some of the shit requests that like my people do is ridiculous. So you go there. Now I've left everything the same. But the good news is although we don't get a 20% reduction on my wages at the end of every month because the guy who was in this position left, it cost me some rep. At least I'm going to be more. I'm going to get a net gain of rep because she's there still. Right, okay. We'll do that. We'll do that. It's how it is. Right, so what's next? What's next? I don't think we're going to get 15 mil for that. That's such a high ask. Vindicate the police. I'm going to have to leave that, lads. There's no way. I would be interested in what it actually does. Then again, lads, should we do this? Because it does say this will bring permanent contributors to your charity foundation. If these are big contributors, lads, do you know what I'm going to do? Actually, before we even get started, let's go for this. It's the last term we're going to get a chance to do it, and I can get 5 mil straight away. I just have to pay it back. Loan, interest free, bang. Boom shakalaka. Let's do it. I'm going to be skint after this. Greetings, Mr. President. You may have already heard and read about our motorist maniac, but I have to admit his infamy has spread far beyond the borders of California. We are working around the clock to put the bastard behind bars, but so far I've earned nothing except scorn from the media and general public. Right now, the diner owners all along Route 15 demand we call a press conference with the state authorities. They are livid because temporarily closed the road the maniac chose as his hunting ground. I know they are losing revenue, but they understand that there are people losing their lives. Somebody should pacify them during the press conference and make them realise lives matter more than profits. But who's going to listen to us now? This rabble certainly won't. There will be an army of journalists broadcasting live all over the country. None of my people are prepared for an embarrassment of such magnitude. Perhaps you have a specialist to stay at the conference. That's definitely Alda. Alda's my specialist. She's the go-to whenever I don't want a shitstorm. Let's go. Sir, another drinking problem. Don't expect me at work. I hope you'll help me out here. Alcoholism is a serious... I think we might have to sack her off soon and get the other guy who's new. But if we don't need her, that's fine. And to be honest, I wouldn't have used her this episode because she's got 2 things. Right, okay, that's fine. She's fucking useless, her, like. Right. What? Oh, so maybe it doesn't cost you 15 mil straight away. How do I pay this back? Because I've never done this before. How do I pay it back? Okay. Right. Okay, so it's never actually cost us money straight away, so that's promising. You know what else I was interested in doing, which we discovered last episode, was this item. I didn't realise you could use some of this stuff. I thought you could just sell it. We've had this for ages. Where is it? It's like a business card. There. Paul Leroy's business card. It's a business card of a famous media personality, a unique opportunity to be interviewed by a corrupt journalist completely free of charge. I don't think we're not going to be able to use this for any of this. Why don't we just use this and see if it benefits us? Buddy, let me tell you about this Leroy guy. Shithead will ask you dull questions, sniff you over from head to toe, and ask you for a lot of money. It's going to be zero return. Are you sure you want to call him? No, but you won't ask me for a lot of money though, because this is a favour, wasn't it? We got this as a favour for someone. Go on then. Buddy, Leroy's waiting for you in the Oval Office. Don't forget to take a shower after you talk to that slug. Softball interview. Mr. President, hello, my name is Paul Leroy. Please just relax and have fun. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Good evening. Tonight I have the good fortune to be joining the first man of the country, or president. I should warn you the right way, I'm a huge fan. So let me begin with a question that our viewers are dying to know the answer to. How is it that you managed to look so young? I would have said heredity, but running a yoga, healthy body and mind, because we want to portray that to the people, don't we? So you're an athlete? Not quite. It's nice to look through at least a small window into your amazing life, Mr. President. I'm sure the audience will love it. But you know, personally, I always wonder what it would be like to wake up one day the most powerful man in the world. I realised that I could change the world for better. Come on, let's give some awesome lip service. Strong words, Mr. President. I would say they're the words of a true leader, and it must be so satisfying to wake up every day beside one of the most beautiful women in America. It's not my greatest accomplishment. Wonderful to be around a woman who is beautiful. Nah, Ellie's my rock. I couldn't have done it without her. I'm sure she's very proud of you. Just between you and me and the First Lady. Between you and me, you and the First Lady even beat out Betty Berry and Donovan Ryback in my personal favourite couples ranking. So let's get a little more personal. I'm sure all of our viewers are wondering about their president's favourite hobby. Chess? Japanese garden? Semi-professional squash team? Cooking delicacies for my wife? Pottery? There's nothing more rewarding for a man working with wood in a carpenter's lathe. Let's go for food, because it's relatable. There we go. It ties the family together. I had no idea how skilled and versatile you were, and yet still spend so much time and energy serving our country, Mr. President. How is it that you find success in everything without sacrificing anything? Self-discipline, time management. I have reliable people. Yeah, you've got to have reliable people with you. Bang. I don't find that surprising at all. Strong personalities always attract competent people. I thought you must have a twin brother. It can be hard for us mere mortals to understand how someone like you manages to do everything you do. Speaking of which, have you been able to make up for all of ex-president faced mistakes? Oh, this is a tough one. He did so much wrong for his country that it's not an easy fix, but we're working on it. Of course, otherwise I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. My term in office won't be judged by the mistakes of others, but by my accomplishments. I think that's the best answer. I don't care what this guy did. I'm concentrating on what I'm doing now. You've got my respect, Mr. President. You know, all of America breathed a sigh of relief when you were elected. This guy's just paying lip service to me, isn't he? He didn't give a fuck. One last question, Mr. President. If you could meet any man, even a dead man, who would it be? Jesus Epstein, Jesus Epstein, or Gandhi. No, man, it's Einstein, not Epstein. I don't think anybody wants to meet Epstein. Definitely not if you're fucking underage. Jesus, that would be a mistake. We'll go with Einstein. What an unexpected answer, I'll be honest. You remind me of him a little bit. Why? Well, thank you for this fascinating conversation, Mr. President. Today, all of us ordinary Americans were able to reach out and touch the life of a modern legend, and we learned a lot. God bless you. Do you think this guy's going to try and blackmail me for money? I didn't really say anything important there, did I? Ooh, okay. 5.2 rating, so I'm nearly 80%. But how much percentage do I need for this? Oh, I can do popularized horses now. I need 90% for black gold. Mate, this is not going to happen anytime soon. Where am I going to get 10% from? I might get 10% from doing the Vindicate police, maybe, I don't know. Right, while we still can. How was I going to do this before? Shit. PR specialist. I could send Sasha. An eye candy. She's fucking on holiday again. We'll leave it, lads. I want to risk it. Right, as long as we stay over 75% by the time next fucking month comes. This every time I want to do a quest, right, she fucks it up somehow. Okay. Okay. The last idealist. Hello, Mike. Mike Ribikoff, candidate for the US House of Representatives in Texas. Hello, O2. I'm sorry I couldn't see your face in these reading glasses. I should have recognized you right away, Miss Ellie. Mr. President, how nice to see you both. Can't you recognize your president? Oh, my silly head. I'm so embarrassed. Don't be nervous, Mike. My husband's just making a joke. You're as good as ever with the books. Don't sell yourself short. By the way, how's the Congressional campaign going? Think it'll be different this time? Yes, consistency is my forte. As you can see from my mile-long losing streak, I hate to break it to you, but I don't think I have any better chances of getting a Congressional seat this time round. Oh, I'd be so embarrassed if I failed to live up to your investment. The thing I can't figure out is how my opponent's program better than mine. It's pretty clear my plan to ease the tax burden in Texas small businesses would take the economy to the next level. Maybe it's not your program, Mike. What is it then? The family curse like my mother says, or tell me it's my nose, haha. It's about the way you look. And I told my mother these striped socks were too revealing for a congressman, but I've only worn them a couple of times. I don't think they could be the problem. Mike, we think you need a little work on your image. I'd love to set you up with a great stylist, the same one who takes care of us. Ha ha ha, please don't be offended, but you're talking utter nonsense. I know my constituents like the back of my hand. Their weekly sugar consumption, the portion of the family budget they spend on Christmas presents, and the residential termite infestation rates. Believe me, they would never vote for anyone based on the colour of their socks. That would be preposterous. Here, listen, you fucking cretin, right? Change your appearance, I'm going to have you fucking assassinated. What do you think about that? So, believe me, they would never vote for anyone on the colour of their socks. That would be preposterous. You won't lose anything if you try. True. I will lose the trust of my constituents. What will they say when they see some fake gets elected instead of old reliable Mike? What? But you're still Mike, you're just wearing different fucking clothes. I can't let the people down like that. I say the same thing that Unu Ellie said when she left Snake Ridge. Principles are worth more than Snorgle gold, so don't even try to convince me. I won't argue with you wonderful people. Yes, that's the Mike I know. Well, we'll take the stylist card just in case you change your mind. Uno, Elle never accepted Snorgle artifact, lest she betray her people's trust, and I won't either. I'd rather let the money to a good cause. Oh Mike, I do hope the constituents come to their senses. You're the most honest politician I know. This guy's like self-sabotaging. Bro, your constituents already like you. Why are you going to fuck this up for everyone else? Owning the candidate. Chief, do you mind if I add myself as a friend of the First Lady? No? Buddy, I thought I was supposed to be getting less of these. Buddy, you know this morning, a gorgeous Harley stopped next to me at a traffic light, black as hell and polished to the condition of a mirror. It made me remember a movie we watched when we were kids, The Biker Diaries. Remember it? The one about the guys who travelled all over the country on bikes. I felt a sudden overwhelming urge to go to the Harley Festival. Can you give me a few days off to have a barbecue with a taste of hard rock in Springfield so my childhood dream could come true? Go on then, fuck it. Kurt Greenblatt, CEO at Honey Valley Apartment Complex. Mr. President, when you and the First Lady were buying a house, you said I could contact you in case of any difficulties. A year ago, I invested a large sum in the construction of an elite residential area in the suburbs, and when the construction was almost finished, some eco-freaks have built their eco-farm wicker, like fence to fence with my place. No one wants to buy property in my area now because of the freaks. They use some extremely smelly composted fertilizer, so even a mile away from there, one already needs a gas mask. I ask you to steamroll, banning the super compost cultivation throughout my state. My gratitude will be weighty as soon as I manage to sell the houses. Deal? This is a tough one, this, right? Because I do want approval rating. But I think I want to start needing money soon. Like, everything's getting more expensive. We could get a handsome sum from this. Ooh. Fucking ban it. Ban it. Give me the money. Betsy Bell, Secretary of Education. Mr. President, right now, the best American historians are working on updating our history school books. They correct the mistakes made in previous editions and add some detail and change the emphasis. I looked through the draft, and I think this edition gives too much attention to the ex-president faced. 3 paragraphs, give or take. It's only 1 paragraph less than Roosevelt, and 2 more than you have. Let's give a cut to the story of his achievements and add more detail of what you have done to this country, shall we? Go on then. This is probably going to backfire. Prince Robert, heir apparent to the British throne. I don't care about this guy. I fuck this guy off every chance. I've got a certain interest other than hunting, sir, but it's not exactly appropriate for a monarch. I simply adore the shows on Chic Shock. But my mummy insists it simply isn't possible to squeeze anything decent into a 30-second video. Her Majesty isn't exactly on the cutting edge when it comes to modern art, you see. They're holding an awards ceremony. Mate, I can't take you seriously if you use they're holding a awards ceremony instead of an. They're holding an awards ceremony for online shows in New York next month. It's called Vertical Slice, and I'd quite like to go, but things ordinary people are allowed to do are often forbidden for kings, so I can't just go. I haven't the right, you see. I don't suppose you could invite me for some kind of formal visit. Go on then, because the last time we denied him we took a massive hit, so if we allow him maybe we'll get a hit? Fuck it, go on then. Thank you, sir. I'll be sure to mention your exceptional hospitality when speaking to the press. Well, we got a little bit of positivity, it's not great. Nearly 80%. Honey, I have bad news. I just found out that Conrad beat his wife half to death. The media has picked up the story. Obviously, we'll have to sever ties with him. Will you sign the discharge order? Fuck. I fucking like Conrad though. I actually do like Conrad. I know he's a fucking cretin, right? But they actually don't have a choice. Yes. Shit. Have to let him go. Thank you, darling. We can't be associated with abuser. I do agree. Just he did good work for us. Fuck, lads, we've lost so. The amount of people we've got is like we're dropping by the fucking day. Hey, buddy. Thank you so much for letting me go to the Harley Parade. The roaring engines, pretty girls in leather, and the real spirit of freedom and brotherhood. This memory will stay with me forever. They recognise me, you know. Bought me beer and asked to say hi to you. Check my photos on their website riding the bike. The interview I gave them was reposted by all major media. Oh shit, what did this guy do for us? Actually, I don't think this guy... Fuck, I actually forgot what he did for us. Oh, I know what he did. He stopped people leaving. Didn't he? He stopped people leaving if they dropped below a certain level. I don't think we've got that issue. That's possible. That's okay. Jacobo. Your rating gains are reduced. I can't have that. Andresi? That's not bad. You only lose 0.2 of a rating at the end of every month, but you gain 190,000. That's okay. Who else is free? Okay, we'll put Andresi there. It's 190,000 in it for 0.2. Yeah. Okay, that's not bad. He's a Bitcoin thief. That's hilarious. Right. Okay. So where are we? We need to do this. Inconvenient old man. Buddy, you may not believe this, but a handsome guy like Tony Estava wasn't fathered by the most brilliant man on the planet. I'm smart, but my dad is an idiot. I'm the responsible one. My dad is a loser who walked out on the family when I was 13. I know how to solve problems like an adult, and dad has been on a bender as long as I can remember. But don't think I'm ashamed of my old man. I just don't want people associating me with him. We're too different, you know. That's why I tell everyone I don't have a father, and I try not to see him too often. The point is, Ricardo Estava spent the last 10 years of his life in a nursing home. We're talking about a nice place here. Top of the line. The most important thing for me is to keep my dad happy and out of my business. But it's getting a little tricky. The head nurse called today and said that a journalist from Golding came to the home trying to set up an interview with dad. I don't know how they found out about Estava Senior. Some intern must have blabbed. If this interview happens, dad is bound to say or do something stupid. Plus he's deaf and he dresses like a clown. He'd be looking like a scarecrow on the cameras. This is not going to be good for my image, buddy. You've got to help me keep my dad from talking to the press. Or my career as a politician might be over. Be careful though, the old man has a weak heart. He can't take too much stress. Okay. I'm thinking Sasha. Poor fucking everybody that's got like a soft heart. She's on a mission. Sasha definitely. Who else? Protect his reputation. Could send Alvaro. Alvaro's normally good at like press. Jake could. This guy's got sniper skills. Mate, I can't wait till we have someone assassinated. I think send Alvaro in so we could possibly keep the press off. My old man is loving life at St. Peter's Rehabilitation and Nursing Centre. It's heaven on earth here, you know. I do everything I can to make the old man feel good. I pay extra for the spa, I buy him everything, all the best medical care, the best food. What more could he want, right? Don't ask me. It's not a closed ward, so reporters can just walk in. You think maybe we can make sure they don't disturb him too much? How about we just get him out of there, or make sure the reporters don't ask him any stupid questions? I'd handle it myself, but me and him, you could say, we're not on the same page. Anyway, he doesn't want to see me. Well, can you help out, buddy? Just remember, Dad's mean and a little touchy, like a princess. He's got a weak heart, so try not to get him too worked up. He might not be able to take it. Okay, right, what can you do? Have Tony and his father attend a group session with a psychologist? Maybe. Ask the journalist not to interview him. That's not going to work. Get Ricardo Estava out of the nursing home. Get Ricardo Estava a nice suit for the interview. I don't want him interviewed at all. Maybe this. Yeah, not only might we solve the issue, we might actually help him. He could die. I suppose if he dies, then he can't be interviewed. Fuck it, let's do it. Sir, I arranged for Ricardo and Tony to meet with Martha Collins. She's the best family therapist in Washington. The meeting just ended and I called Martha to see how it went. She refused to go into detail or violate confidentiality, but said that it started with yelling and mutual recriminations and ended in tears and hugs. Oh, good. From what I gather, the main reason for the conflict is that Tony hasn't visited his father in some years, but they seem to have come to an understanding for now. Okay. But has it helped though? Buddy, I watched that damn interview, and all I can say is you're a wizard. Dad even stayed nice and reasonable when they got... Oh shit, so they did interview him. Got to the tough questions. You have a real talent for politics. You helped two irreconcilable opponents bury the hatchet. It's good to have a friend like you. Oh yeah, baby. Mate, I'm the best friend you could ever imagine. I had a great relationship with my father. Our schools don't teach kids to respect their fathers. But the most important thing is a boy's life is still his mother. Most important thing in a boy's life is his mother. Popular culture is to blame for the collapse of the family. I wouldn't say that's true. The most I don't like any of these answers. Is the most important thing in a boy's life his mother? I don't necessarily think that's true. Popular culture is to blame for the collapse of the family. I don't think it is. Our schools don't teach kids to respect their fathers. I appeal to both fathers and sons. Take the first step. That's good advice. Take care of each other. I'm going to bed. Take the first step. All of you. Boom. That actually makes sense. Come on, baby. Oh, it was a hit. 18,000 likes. I'm so sick of you. Looking for dad. Dad, did you buy bread? I have 10 sons. Thank you for your words, Mr. President. Someone's been busy. I got 5 kids to feed. Was it a hit? Oh, it was. Like a 1% rise. Oh, that's good. Sasha, you did it. You did me a solid there, like. Mr. President, can I exit the White House through your window? It's somewhat urgent. Yes. What is this guy, lads? I've just like, oh fucking hell, man. Can we hire anybody normal? I've just hired this guy and he's fucking wants to leave via my window. They decriminalised reefer in Wisconsin, buddy. That's great news for the people there, but not the police dogs. They kept barking every time they smell weed and nobody can convince them it's illegal now. We can't just put down the dogs, but people are scared of them. What do you think, buddy? Should I adopt a retired police pooch? Oh yeah, definitely. Poor bastards. Vikram Murthy, Ambassador of India. Mr. President, a few people in the New Delhi have caught a new strain of sleepyhead syndrome. What the fuck? They get a headache, then just fall asleep in the middle of the road. Some of them can't be woken up for weeks. That is a lie. Lads. This is a fucking lie if ever I heard one. Our scientists are ready to develop a vaccine they've been working on for quite some time now, but it's going to cost a pretty penny, so we're keeping it quiet for now. Your assistant will be more than adequate. Will you agree to finance a partnership to develop the vaccine? Fucking no chance. Fucking sleepyhead syndrome. Lads, there's no such thing. What a lie. These are just people trying to fucking get money for funding. Not a chance. What a joke. Right. Suggest a candidate. What's this? First lady. One needs to prove their worth to the local community before aiming for Congress. Let's start with volunteer work. Feeding the homeless pigeons. What does this mean? Does this mean feeding the homeless pigeons, which is feeding the pigeons which don't have a home? Or does this mean feeding the homeless pigeons, like giving them pigeons to eat? Looking after veterans' graves and pouring out beef stew in soup kitchens. Our candidates will have to do all of this and more. Have you decided who you're going to appoint, darling? We need someone respectable. Our candidates should look good on the campaign posters. Just remember that the person you choose will not be able to participate in our operations and run for Congress at the same time. I'm tempted to put Clinton there. Now the reason is because I can also hire another lawyer. Whereas because I'm running quite short on staff, it has to be Clint. This guy's the most respectable you could ever ask for. And this guy's been with us from the start. Go on. I trust Clint. I do. I gotta admit, buddy, I ended up adopting more than just one dog. Those fearless furballs won my heart. But then a picture of me hugging the police dogs I saved went viral online. So many folks started wanting a retired police dog. The cop decided to auction them off. They say they made enough scratch to buy some new pups and train them not to bark at Mary Jane. Good shit. Right. Owning the candidate. Honey, it looks like the people are willing to vote for anybody but Mike. And the poor guy. He's the only one who doesn't realise it's all about creepy cardigans. His faith in humanity is amazing. He wouldn't listen to us, so we'll have to be smarter about encouraging him to work on his image. I'm sure Mike can be persuaded. We just need to put in a way that makes sense to him. Oh, Sasha? Persuasion? I mean, that would make sense. I could just send a hitman. I don't think that's going to work. I don't know. Well, the only person we can use that's going to be effective is Sasha and somebody else. I would have used Sophie, but she's on a binge. Shazar was on a binge. What else could convince him? I suppose Ollie, we could show him things online. Tell you what, we'll take Ollie. We'll see. Because if we could show him, like, yeah, mate, like, these are the stats and statistics of people that wear this jumper, like, it's going to give you an edge, and then it can help your constituency. Let's go. Let's go. What do we know about Mike? He's never been married, he still lives in the attic in his mother's house, and his only joy in life on a Friday night is beer at the Goose Bar. Aside from his solitary articles, he's written over 100, and unfortunately, judging by his looks, he's written a few hundred more on the side. A nice jacket means more to a regular voter than 3 PhDs in a credit risk modelling. And dear, Mike is a good man, so try not to offend him. If he hasn't given up on politics for 20 years, he won't suddenly change his mind in a day. You only have one shot at doing this right. Fuck, come on, this is important. I've got a good feeling about her. Have a drink with Mike at the Goose Bar and convince him to accept stylist help. Suggest to Mike's colleagues that they convince him to make over his image. Ask Mike's mom to buy him some new clothes. Photoshop a transformed image of Mike and send it to him anonymously. That could possibly work. Send Mike a mathematical model which proves the correlation between congressional candidate success and... I think that's the idea that I actually had for him. Well, kind of. Yeah. But then again, if he actually sees it for himself, he might think that does look good. But that makes more sense to me. Having a drink's quite good. Getting his colleagues on board. Lads, this is tough. Fuck it, you know what it is? I want to go with this. This is what I've done it. I've collected. Fuck it. This is what I had in my mind anyway. Chief, I love a challenge where you have to use your brain. By the way, did you know that Senator Woods barely passed his final exams on the 3rd try? Mayor Kruger only won his race because someone told him to trade in his monochrome suit for a pinstripe tee. His rating started going up the day his new pictures went public. See, this is the data we need. Anyway, I gather these and many other facts built a dependency model, and it proved what we all know. Electors choose their congressman with their eyes. Rybakov couldn't just wave off such a scientifically rigorous approach. I just got a text that he's ready to surrender the stylus. Fucking yes! Mate, Ollie's the fucking man. Honestly, right? Does this guy's fucking credibility and skill know no bounds? Honey, have you seen our candidate Mike? I don't know how the Sand editorial jerks do it, but the photos already became their discovery of the week. It's amazing what hiding under Mike's unassuming shell. I'm sure his campaign will pick up steam now. Get in. I detest anyone who doesn't practice basic grooming. I detest them. If you don't want to take care of yourself, I'm sorry. If you don't want to take care of yourself, I'm sorry. I wouldn't be, in fact, no, I don't want to say that. None of this makes sense. It's no good being shaggy. Oh, lads, lads, you know what is right? I'm like fucking 14 hours into the game. I didn't realise that the second layer of tweets actually changed. It's no good being shaggy. I was hoping it was going to be a rap. No good being shaggy, walking about with jeans baggy. Nah, you really ought to do something about it. People without any sense of style have done a lot of really bad... Oh, this is not what I want to do. If you don't want to take care of yourself, I'm sorry. Well, maybe I am right. All of the tweets are the same. I thought we only had a limited amount. If you don't want to take care of yourself, I'm sorry. You really ought to do something about it. We can't fight this scourge. What? Lads, what the fuck is this tweet even doing? After all, only sectarians don't wash their hair. You don't want to point on an event like this. You don't want to point your fingers and lose votes. We can't fight this scourge. It makes sense. You really ought to do something about it because we can't fight this scourge. What do you think about that? Bang, fuck it, send it. I didn't care anymore. I don't care about that shit. That whole problem there is a little far-fetched. Well, have you seen yourself in the mirror, dipshit? I make my own shoes and clothes. This is gonna go down like a fucking bag of spanners. Come on. Whoa, Mike Rybakov. Hello, Mr. President. Don't you recognise me? It's me, your old friend Mike Rybakov. Oh, you're looking very handsome, bruh. I have a confession to make. You and Ellie were right the other day in the library. I should have agreed to change my image there and then. Oh well, live and learn, they say. My life has completely changed. I got my very first latte with a heart in the foam. Men nod at me in elevators and women have stopped pretending to look right through me. Yeah, you're getting that dick wet, bruh. They listened to my campaign proposals the other way through at the meeting. A nice woman in a Sunday dress even stayed after to ask me some questions. What can I say? I've always campaigned in the shackles of an unattractive figure. Now I finally realise that Congress is not my true destiny. Rybakov 2024. What do you think? Not a bad start of my future presidential campaign. Motherfucker. I feel like I could do absolutely anything. I could even ask my secretary out on a date. Maybe even make her pay for the dinner. Bro, this guy's getting a bit too big for his boots. Anyway, I burned all my fantasy magazines and filed to withdraw my candidacy. I hope you're happy for me, colleague. What? He withdrew his candidacy. So what is that? That's a fuck. Yeah, you motherfucker. You do belong to me, you little cunt. Fucking mate, I'm a fucking intimidation connoisseur. This is my forte. This is where we should have started. Just grab him by the fucking throat and say, "Oh, you little cunt, right? You fucking give me your vote in the fucking Congress. I'm gonna fucking rip your balls out and feed them to you, little prick." That's exactly what you say to cunts like that. Donald Ramsey, representative of the sprout of Life Eco Movement. Mr. President, after heavy industry, the environment's greatest foe is old farmers. Oh, fuck off, man. I like farmers. They absolutely refuse to participate in any green initiatives because they're all Satan's handiwork. So they keep dumping fertilizer made from manure, chalk and piss on their crops, just like their grandfathers taught them to. We need to get the old geezers to step aside and let young, environmentally woke farmers take over. We could let elderly farmers cash in their social security early. What do you think? No. No. Mate, the fucking world's built on farmers. You don't understand. Antonio Estaba, you know, bud. I was feeling kind of spent the other day, so I snorted some face to get a little pick-me-up. Some fella on TV was going on and on about how this is our last chance to invest in cryptocurrency. And it got me thinking, so I went for it. I woke up the next morning and I couldn't believe it. I hit the jackpot. I made $500,000 overnight, bud. Now the press is trying to track down a certain brilliant anonymous investor. In other words, me. But after I came down and started thinking the whole thing through, I totally freaked out. Folks are mining that cryptocurrency with sex toys, bud. I don't really get all the ins and outs, but I'm trying to figure out whether or not I should go brag to the reporters about the whole thing. What do you think, bud? Whew, so what? Folks are mining that cryptocurrency with sex toys. Do you know what it is, lads? Fucking go for it. Go for it, mate. I've got no problems with sex toys. People, it needs to be less of a taboo subject. People need to get their fucking jollies off, man. Go on. You can be the sex toy spokesperson. Right, intimidate the candidate. This is what I'm good at. I'm good at this shit. And we've got an assassin to do it. Darling, Mike no longer feels like helping us. He wants a beautiful secretary to be the star of his dumb talk shows and apparently to run for office on the president. It turns out Rubikoff thinks being a good boy is just an alternative to success and sexual favours. We made a man out of that snivelling weasel. It's time we showed him what happens to the ungrateful boys who bite the hand that feeds them. I don't want to appear bloodthirsty, but it's time we taught Mike another lesson. A lesson of power. How about you send someone who looks menacing and can deliver a mean strong hook to the chin? Breaking and entering and snipe. Physical threats. Actually, it's gonna be Alvaro. Because we need physical threats. We don't want this guy assassinated. See, I miss having... I've actually forgot his name. You know, the guy that we left for beating up his wife. I miss having him. It's gonna have to be Alvaro. Physical threats. Come on, mate. You gotta do this. The press made me look like a grade A jackass, bud. Just look at the headlines. Vice President deep throats crypto dildo. And that isn't even the worst one. They're just jealous. Sorry about this, bud. Let me toss you a few hundred to make it good. Yeah, that's okay. I need the money. Right. Expose the double agent. Ollie and Jacob, maybe. Oh, we need passports. Oh, we've got Andresi. Sir, we have received intelligence that exposes Albert Fischer, our spy in Germany, as a renegade and a double agent. We are developing a plan to arrest him, but if we suddenly recall the traitor to the US, he will become suspicious and go into hiding. I propose the following plan. The Vice President has a meeting this month with the German Foreign Minister. After the meeting, one of your journalists would casually mention that Sir Estaba revealed secret information about Germany's inner political kitchen. This would put all of Fischer's work at risk, and we would be forced to recall the traitor from Germany, under the pretext of being concerned for his own safety, of course. Do you have an experienced person who will be able to drop a few tantalising hints for the journalists without revealing too much? It's going to have to be Alta, isn't it? Yeah. It's... Alta's professional at that. We're going to have to use her next. And she doesn't have a passport. I've just realised something, right? You know how we done these things here and it said like you need 15 million? Does that cost us 15 million? Like, does getting the actor cost us 7 million? Or do we just need that as a prerequisite like we need this? Well, why don't we try and get the actor? Mr. President, we decided on the actor who should star in your biopic. The obvious choice is Donovan Ryback, yes. Don the superstar, the sex idol and one true movie king. The problem is the son of a bitch doesn't want to play you, no matter the conditions. Mr. President, we need this actor. No, you need this actor. Remember that. Flip with Ryback starred as Vice President Brown. After its release, the former Veep saw all of his gaffes forgotten, including the sex scandal and even becoming a senator from Virginia. After the fact that 1 in 4 movies this charming asshole is in takes at least home 1 Academy Award, and imagine our outpourings of love you'll be in for. Maybe have someone who would go in and brute force the contract on him. Breaking and entering. I'm gonna risk this guy. Done. Expose the double agent. It has to be Alter. Let's get Alter a passport. Definitely Alter, right. Do we need a passport for anybody else? We don't at the minute. Popularise horses. Ah, this is Alter as well, isn't it? PR specialist. He's not a PR specialist. Eye candy. That's okay. Oh, wait. That's fine. I can do this next. I can do Alter on that next, and then popularise horses the month after, because this doesn't have an end date. Right, okay, I think we're good. Right, let's do this. One-armed bandits. Look, that looks like Donald Trump. You face. Look who granted us with the highest honour. Ken, meet the president himself. Decided to join the game today. Mr. President, nice to meet you. Stakes are sky high tonight. 2 presidents, the same table. Nobody bluffs like us. I'm going to have a drink before we start, so you 2 can talk business. Mr. President, I'm not surprised you like poker. I look at you and see a true gambling man. People who don't take risks can't become presidents. You're right. Real politics is poker, and I know all about poker. I own the Grand VIP casino chain. My casinos are known and loved all over the world, although lately things haven't been going so well. A familiar story speaking as a businessman. Let's just play coy. You must understand it was going to be my crowning achievement and it all went wrong. I was to build a giant gaming centre on Anaho Island, Islet VIP. A huge eco-friendly building would rise right from the middle of the Pyramid Lake, only freestanding body of water in all of Nevada. Imagine, a wooden exterior beneath a solar panel system and countless other pleasures, all for the most socially responsible gamers. It was to be a mecca for eco-friendly roulette, poker and blackjack enthusiasts. It took years and millions of dollars to prepare for the project, but construction suddenly came to a halt. Do you know why? Eco-activists? Aha, actually, they're fine with it. It's even worse than that. Workers were digging a route for the water main and stumbled across an Indian burial ground. That's one thing my architect didn't account for. On an island surrounded by miles of water. The whole area was immediately declared historical and cultural site. Construction was frozen and the island was fenced off. The National Congress of Native Americans intervened, and then the story hit the newspapers. There was no way to cover it up. Did you try to talk to them? I heard Indians love fucking gambling, so why would they be bothered? They'd be fucking buzzing. The state just sent me packing. That's why I want a seat in Congress. Then those puffed up suits won't be able to brush me off so easily. The director of that fucking Native American club is a moron too. All he can do is utter nonsense about ancestors and the souls of the dead. And I don't have enough money left over for a decent bribe. I invested my last diamond eyelid VIP. I get the picture. Now if we can get this guy in Congress. I get the picture. Mr. President, my investors are shaking me down. My construction project is frozen, all my accounts are frozen, and we have an election campaign coming up. You're my last hope. Who better than the President to know which strings to pull? I promise, if you help me, I won't forget it. You'll have my vote no matter what. I'll see what I can do. I look forward to hearing from you, Mr. President. Good shit. Buddy, we are helping face friend Ken Verbisky with his unfinished casino. I have a couple of ideas of what we could do, but first I'm playing blackjack with that cute dealer. Okay, bruh. Eclipse of the Diamond Moon. Ellie, I've been working so much lately I can't even relax, hon. Even in Clint's 1,000-year-old meditation technique, it makes my head pound worse. Ever since I was a kid, the only thing that's ever been able to calm me down is making pottery. Remember those vases from my old house we used to go to before the wedding, hon? You had a good laugh at them back then because they seemed too phallic to you. Yeah, I love a good phallic piece. I made most of them when I was 15. It was a tough age. You made most of them penises when you were 15. Jesus, woman. But I think making pottery again could really help. You realise I don't have time to drive around all over town, right? So I want to build a pottery studio in one of the rooms in the White House. Sure, we'll have to buy a lot of equipment, install a chimney for the kiln, get a ton of fire safety forms filled out, yada yada yada, but in the end it'll help us both. What do you say, hon? 100,000 seems like a small price to pay for your beloved wife's spiritual equilibrium. Oh. Yeah, why don't we find the closest pottery studio to the White House and rent the whole thing so we can work there whenever you want? Because I don't want to do it in the White House, you know what I mean? At least if the White House goes to tits, you'll still have it. Maybe you're right, hon. That'd be easier for everybody and then nobody will be able to say we're wasting taxpayers' money. Thanks for doing this for me. I'll tell the reporters to expect an exhibition of the First Lady's ceramic masterpieces. Hey, good shit. Cost me a bit of money. The exhibition of the First Lady's pottery was stunning. Experts noted an attention to detail rarely seen in amateur pottery. The First Lady can now add pottery to a long list of talents. Well done. Well done, honey. Estaba. Buddy, you don't need me to tell you that Monga and the other establishment agents from the Secret Service are our natural enemies. But tell me, do you remember a guy named Dean May? He's a child of Monga's. Turns out Monga is pushing his son into Congress. Allegedly, much to the kid's displeasure. I'm going to investigate what's going on. What if we can benefit from the story? There's a petition circulating online to move the capital to New York City, sir. The petitioner's main argument is that NYC is synonymous with the US all over the world. In fact, a lot of people already think it's the capital. It's also the biggest city in the country, and it's got Wall Street too. I'm certain that combining the political and financial centres of the country is a terrible idea. We've got to put a stop to this. Should we start a petition against the petition? Well, why would you do a petition against the petition? But that's not going to make a difference. People can petition as much as they want. Aye, go on then. Just fucking do it. I've got any idea what that's how it's going to benefit me at all. Right. Eclipse of the Diamond Moon. I don't know what we need for this, but let's have a look. Buddy, officials in Nevada have frozen the construction work on a casino in Idaho Island. Instead, there are archaeologists working the site with their tiny pickaxes. If we don't do something, Islet VIP will be torn down and an open-air museum or Neolithic cultural preserve will be built in its place. In short, a total snore. Ken Verbitsky, owner of Islet VIP and Nevada Congressional candidate, is never going to get his money and time back. The insurance companies say the case isn't covered, and the state authorities are afraid to go against the American Indian Congress. It's no easy task, my friend. Listen, you know what it is, right? Anybody that's bothered about fucking building on graves and that are fucking idiots. People are dead, man. People just need to realise that the dead's dead. And does that mean that eventually you won't be able to build anyway because there's so many dead bodies beneath us? Exactly. Get a fucking grip. Right. It's no easy task, my friend. We have to take the island back from the local authorities or make the insurance company cover the bits he's claim. Which way is better? Go to court or make sure the insurance company doesn't get away with not paying? I think it would be good. It would be the best of both worlds to make sure the insurance company covers his claim. So I'm going to need Clint for this. Right, we're going to have to leave this. Okay. Right. So what we're going to do is we need to send some people on vacation. Let's not forget about doing this episode. Well, everybody's going to lose 2 anyway. Clint's on a job. Oh, I can't put him in there. Well, that's fine, because everybody's going to lose 2 anyway. Fuck. Clint's on a job. Sophie. I would have put her in there, but she's been an idiot. We started our anti-petition, sir. You know the one. Blah, blah, blah. Let's hope the fair. I knew I was going to lose that. I knew I was going to lose fucking thing for that. Alright, lads. We're going to call it an episode here. When we come back, we're going straight into the next month, and we'll see what's a crack-a-lack, and then we'll be able to expose the double agent because we'll have access to Alvaro, is it? Expose the double agent. Have I even looked at this? Oh no, we need Alta for that. We need Alta for that. We're going to get Alta for that. We're going to get our lawyer for the Diamond Moon one. And we're going to be able to do popularised horses after that. Okay lads, hope you enjoyed the episode. See you in the next one. It's going to be a biggie. Loads of things happen.